Shout out to the VIP. This is London. We're going to go through for some very important, guys. TA for Bitcoin have found a very important line. Bam. We're going to discuss this. We discussed it before the drop down, and it looks like we've hit this level of support. We're holding on to it, and it's a nice announcement to go ahead and make on behalf of, I just say for VIP, guys, shout out to the VIP. We're down just a touch today, just under 31,000. We'll dig into the details here, see if we can find a few trades. Hope you guys are doing well. Shout out to the VIP. It's our #1 level of membership, guys, and it's a bunch of good traders. We have a great time. So we'll dig into the details, and that will also cover the unfortunate circumstance, the series of misfortunate events for Luna. Boom. What a tragedy, guys. What an awful deal for Luna. Looking at this, just a mean, I guess, example of what can happen if maybe things aren't laid out right with the proper, the proper development team, proper management team, etc. It looks like this has just been a miserable time for Luna as UST has lost its peg with the dollar. And looking at that, currently at 80 cents, down to 60 cents, really down on a lot of different exchanges. Failure to recoup that, just a really poor example of I don't know, some sort of a lack of I don't know, guys, know-how, diligence application. However it goes down or is told to us, it's a difficult situation. So we're going to look at BTC, focus on the good stuff, focus on Bitcoin. We enjoy trading Bitcoin. Shout out to the VIP, guys. If you'll hit the like button, let me know that you're here. I appreciate that very much. That helps me just know that you guys are here. We'll dig in and look for a specific trade as we try and reinforce this level of support. We talked about this. I think you guys know that. I think you guys will remember that we discussed this specific wedge before the drop. And I want to shout out to anybody who had this on their radar. Absolutely, guys. Way to go. We discussed this specific wedge before the actual drop. And I'm interested to see who in VIP had set any targets, because that was the pickup, bam, right here. So nice job. Way to go, VIP. Shout out. I'm not sure anyone else formulated this beforehand, and I'd like to know who got in at this level. I know 1 or 2 VIP, specifically VIP, that did get in at that level. We're pushing down into kind of that red zone for the falling wedge. Very interesting dynamic here, guys. Very interesting dynamic. We'll take a look at the. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lower time frames to see if we can get a better idea of what BTC is trying to do in the near term here, guys. In the immediate term future here, let's look at. We do have, I'd say, a few different patterns in play. We were looking last night at something that looked kind of bullish. You guys know that. We were streaming. This was last night in this zone here. It's like, man, this thing looks bullish. You guys know that. I think we dropped stream and bam, we wound up going to the upside, guys. 6.25, about 6% up to the upside from that portion that we were streaming about. So hopefully you guys traded a little bit. That was a nice opportunity for a trade. And guys, we'll dig into this specific, I'd say, channel framework here. We have a few lines. Let's just go ahead and get into the charts. I want to get into the chats as well. You guys let me know what's going on. I'd appreciate that in the chat. In something, let me know with a hammer the like button up so that I know that we're not a room of robots. That happens sometimes where we have spammers, etc. that I'm talking to, so I can cut individual tape. If VIP are busy with work, etc., you can hit that like button and let me know that you're here. If you are human, so. In terms of the framework here, we have been trading. I can confirm that had multiple hedge trades and one commentary on Luna. Guys, I have to comment this on Luna. As I was discussing hedging throughout this week, you guys know on the live stream discussing hedging, right? Having a long and a short. Hello. Was anyone trading Luna? I really would like to know if anyone was trading Luna. I know that the VIP got phone calls, literal phone calls with me, from me, willing to help them with their trades. I remember calling Angel, etc., and leaving a message saying, you know, I can help you with trades. I can do whatever need be. If you don't understand the ins and outs, etc., of things like a hedge, holding you could hold a long and a short, cover your upside on Luna, on anything, guys. Very, very interesting timing in terms of that. What we covered, guys, very important. That's just, just very important as we would look at that, guys. That's going in the book. That we discussed hedging and I did call you guys. I called the ones I had, the ones I didn't have their phone numbers. Tried to touch base with them, and if I don't have your phone number in your VIP, guys, hit me up in the back DM with your digits. Okay, please. I would kindly request that. Jubal, not sure I have. Maybe I do. I need to check on that. I'm not sure I have yours. Amos, famous Amos, what's up, my man? I just got your text today. I appreciate that. It's always good to get something. I talked to Frankie this last week. He's a relatively new VIP, and yeah, we just enjoy. We enjoy staying in touch. We enjoy. I enjoy making sure that you guys are aware of what's going on in the market. Where is the advantage at? You know, kind of what is the what's the top level of I don't know, of operation in the market. So looking at that to reinforce, for instance, this the 86 played quite well, guys. Looking at the dynamics here, let me go ahead and take that from the background here. Let me take this from the background, and also hit the like button when you come in. I'll be able to. What's up, Jubal? He is number one. What's up? Nice agility, brother. Nice agility. Let's look at. There you go. Boom. What's up? Let me put VIP in here. Jubal's doing awesome in the back. It's a lot of fun in the back. We have a good time back there. Bam. And it's a good group, and we just know it's not the kind of group we have to worry about anybody. Jubal, check out on BTC on the 86, right? My classic 86. Boom, undeniable. Bam, that was the level here. Boom, boom. Beautiful price action from that 86. Nice level to pick up some orders and hammer in. Currently at 2.65% up from that level. And yeah, I don't know what to say about Luna, man. It's just that's a deep, dark hole of problem that they have created, and I think it's not untimely. Did you guys see the Federal Reserve? What was that, guys? Did you read that article that I sent to VIP? Did you guys pick up on the timing? We'll just discuss it while we're watching price develop a little bit on BTC. All right, that 86, bam. Picked up, very nicely done. Let me look at the Tether. I think Forbes has a nice Tether article, don't they? Forbes magazine has a nice Tether article. It's called Unstable Stablecoin, How Crypto's Crash Broke the Buck for Terra USD. But in there, they go through, it's very interesting. They discuss, they compare, they compare it to Lehman Brothers. Like, ouch, man, comparing Terra to Lehman Brothers. That's a very interesting, you don't want to be Lehman Brothers, guys. But what they did, they noted, and I thought it was very interesting, must just be pure coincidence, right? In terms of, I'll quote them, in terms of Terra USD, the drop happened to fall on the same day as the Federal Reserve issued its biannual financial stability report, in which stablecoins featured, stablecoins featured prominently. So, the Federal Reserve that day issued the Financial Stability Report reporting on USDT or UST, right? So, the day that they're reporting on that, bam, through the ground, huh? Very, very interesting. It's kind of somebody went into attack mode or something on Luna. I don't know, guys. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. And I mean, we'll just remember this one, huh? We will remember this, and we will remember, yeah, this guy in London started talking about hedges. I don't know. I mean, me personally, I wasn't trading Luna. If you guys were personally trading Luna, did you have a long and a short? Please tell me you listened to me and you had a long and a short. Boom. Just hello. Very nice, guys. Very, very nice. Very interesting chart there. That's I think that may be the worst chart in crypto right now. I think we would all agree it's probably the worst chart in crypto. It's at its own 86 right now. I'll let you guys know at the 786 I was not a buyer at this level. To let you know, I am not a buyer at this level either. It's not going to make the cut, guys. Very unfortunate in terms of that. Just reviewing here, 80 cents, currently 80 cents. Just we want investments that we can talk to our friends about, we can talk to our family about, we're interested about, that seem to be performing well, and the technology seems solid. Like, I would never recommend, hey, it's really inexpensive, and it might, maybe it'll work again every time again in the future. But oh, by the way, a lot of people got hurt here. Yeah, a lot of people didn't get paid here. Can you imagine, guys? Oh yeah, a lot of people put investments in and aren't ever going to get paid. Wow, huh? No, that's not the name of the tune. So definitely always with heavy cash reserves, definitely with stop losses in play. But it's just miserable to watch it just hammer through the levels of the Fibonacci's, because that hurts traders as well, as you see that. And guys, as we go through the, you guys know the what the kind of the anatomy or the makeup of UST, you guys know the peg was not off until we had really broken down. Do you guys know that? It was slightly off, etc. Let me see if I could do in. Let's just put this in UST. This is the most interesting part of the discussion that that I think you can have regarding this whole issue. Very important, guys. Looking at, let's go ahead and let me see if I can do the. Where is the? It may not let me do it. I'm gonna side. I have too many panels up. This isn't the panel for me to do this on. I was gonna lay over the UST. I was gonna lay over the dollar UST peg. You'll see straight. But through this whole time period here, you'll see that Luna really dropped off before. Really dropped off and down before, and I mean really dropped off before the UST really started to dig in down below. That's the way that I recall the events yesterday. If they were different than that, you guys can let me know that. But I guess there were some fluctuations here. We can review that, but as I recall, like bam, the heavy cave in here came in kind of later in the day. So it's kind of an interesting day. We can review, and I'll get back on a chart where we can lay over the two and discuss that. We'll do that at some point when we give a little bit more time to Luna. But BTC, way to be, guys, and been encouraging you guys to focus on Bitcoin. So to the extent that you guys were involved in that, what do we say, guys? Unfortunate. Just can't be responsible for it. Just never Do Kwon. Like, now can I say something? If you guys have been listening, right? With VIP, I have wanted to just rant and rave about that dude in the wrong direction. Stable Kwon. Every time I've stopped myself and said, well, I just reserve my commentary. Well, if I don't have anything nice to say, well, I this and that. I've said that half a dozen to a dozen times. If I've said it once, you guys know that on that Kwon dude. And I'm just like, you get a feel for people. And I always tell people, I don't care what you've done. I don't care what you did last summer. I don't care really, okay, you've got problem XYZ, great, that's fine. But you're in crypto, great. You want to do well for people. You want to, whatever it may be. And for that guy, I have had no remorse the whole time. Really have not. I've mentioned it multiple times and had to catch myself multiple times and try and say something nice about Do Kwon, about Stable Kwon, Luna. I've tried to multiple times and have backed off and said no comment along the way with him. So, very interesting. Just interesting. I don't know. Kind of get a feel for somebody and what potential there is. That was a difficult deal. Let's look at the pattern framework. Let's see if we can catch a trade on BTC if you guys haven't already caught one. And to go through the parameter here, we have an interesting. I think we'll find that we have an interesting. If we go to maybe the 1 minute would be nice. Let's go through kind of like see if we can chop this up a bit like a fan formation on the 1 minute on into. Was it the 1 minute into the 5 minute, etc. Very close into this this zone here. We're trying to beat the fan right now, which would be nice. It is a pour down element. It's a reversal element, so that you understand it. This is a good example of a fan in terms of a level of support to resistance, right? And when I lay this out, just to look at this, so that you guys, I know that you pick up on it anyway, but when I say a level of support, I'm talking about this level of support. Let's say this specific. Let's say that specific hit, this specific hit, level of support, right? Flipped into, boom, level of resistance, right? Then we would identify the next level. That would be level 1, right? I'll put a 1 up here just so we can walk through the entirety of this and go through it so we understand it just a little bit better. Anyone who doesn't have Murphy yet, that would be level 1 right here. Bam. Then we would say, okay, for the next level down, we're going to establish another level of support from a centralized, from a seat. I normally call it the seat of the fan, right? So we'll have this level of support on the secondary level, right? It's reinforced at that level too, okay? That level of support that, boom, is flipped into a resistance, okay? So that would be number 2, right? In terms of these working themselves down, BTC has shown itself to be extremely capable in terms of using this framework for the traders. Extremely capable, guys. To the extent that the next level down, that would be level 2, the next level down would comprise this level of support yet again, right? And multiple hits, level of support, bam, from the seat carried on over, okay, to boom, we're working on the resistance. The important thing is you identify these, is seeing the ability of a recapture, right? Much like a price target that we get into. And let me go ahead and just put in this number 3 here. The notion is that these like to operate as a reversal. Okay, so that's the framework that's offered. That is what it is. It's a fan reversal. So to the extent that we would look at negative pricing, boom, to the downside would be the implication. However, fans can fail like anything, like a bull flag, like anything else, guys. A fan can fail. You guys know that. So looking at the parameters here, let's put it back into context on the 4-hourly or on the daily. Let's do this on the daily and look at this nice level of support that we have along this line right here. Very interesting framework that we've come into here. Let's look at that level of support that has manifested. That's a nice level of support. We discussed that feature before that hit to the downside. Shout out to the VIP who traded that. I know someone picked up spot, Jubal, etc. in this zone. Nice pickup. Technically indicated thus far. We'll just say technically indicated. Now, BTC has been throwing these at us in terms of descending wedges. You guys know this is a bullish pattern. We would love to continue, boom, to the upside. BTC has been failing these right and left, has been pushing these down through the level of support, and we have been looking at the upside targets for the apex, etc. We've been trading these a lot. Some of the targets have been abandoned, but still, I'd say are still targets. They've just been abandoned. Some of them were reached on candle wicks rather than the entirety of the price action with the line. So whenever I see a candle wick that reaches a target instead of the line, I start to pay attention as to whether or not we're going through a transition. Just FYI, I love to see, let's say, a target. If this were the target, this line 3, and that's the way you start to use a fan, is we have level 1, level 2. Well, before the price actions here, we would look at, well, this is going to be another target for confirmation on prior support as boom resistance. When price gets away from you here, the traders here, traders are going to start looking at the fact that, well, this is a target zone. Before this rebound has occurred, traders are looking to come back up to this level. You guys know, because we've already come back up, boom, once, bam, twice, now bam, 3 times. Okay, so from that central C area, we have one hit at prior support to resistance. We have another hit at prior support to resistance, right? We have another prior support flipped, boom, to resistance. Each one of those is a trade. Each one of those is a trade. From here, bam, up to the prior support to resistance, right? From here, bam, up to the prior support to resistance, okay? From here, bam, up to the prior support to resistance. Now, at least we've gotten there to that target. The point is, I'm bringing that up to you because that is a method of grabbing some trades, right? And I'd say the factor here would be this, okay, would be this next line down if it does capitulate, okay? And it looks like it's pushing up quite well into that level of prior support. Looks like we're trying to gain some steam up and above that level of prior support to resistance. So yes, the fan can fail. It's looking decently now. Looks like we've done a decent job. Buyers have done a decent job of hammering back up and through this level to where it looks like the fan could fail. I say it could fail. However, this bottom line is crucial. It's critical right now. And to the extent that to the extent that we're trying to formulate a double bottom, to the extent that we're also looking at I'd say an imperfect bull flag, we can definitely frame this around a few different elements, okay, in terms of the technicals, without a doubt. I'm always open to any other included, I'd say any other included technical pattern within a fan. I don't want to focus on a fan any more than you do, guys. Literally, it's like I want to sit around and focus on a fan without a doubt. No, guys, I don't. It's just I'm not going to ignore a support to resistance. If I had a channel framework, literally on price, if I were looking at a channel framework, and you guys know this, it'd be like, I want to sit down all day long and go over a swing channel, a triangle, something like this. No, I'm not really. It's like let's trade a bull flag. Let's trade something exciting. However, if I were to see price doing this, for a consecutive number of hours or days, we would be sitting here talking about a consecutive number for the consecutive number of hours or days. This specific formation. whatever the formation is, because we'd have an established level of resistance and support that would offer us trades. So I want to know the next entry, exit, and the formation that is occurring, so that we can take advantage of such. And to the extent that this is a, when I say buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns and hit your targets, you guys know, right? If the support and resistance is flipping consistently, right, and we're able to trade these, it's just it is what it is. We have to focus on the patterns that are in front of us. So and shout out to you guys. Hope you're doing well. Hope your week is going well. It is Tuesday, right? What's up? So this straight line here, it looks like traders had an opportunity to get a little bit involved with a bit of a breakout feature here on this specific, as I would lay out any kind of a, and I can take away, I think you guys caught the Fibonacci. The 86, right? That's we've discussed that, okay, in the background. I'm going to clean it up a little bit, but from the low to the high, we did hit, boom, right into the 86. Classic VIP style, guys. Way to go. Boom. Nice. Very nice. This golden pocket, second hit on the golden pocket, man. I was involved in that. I was like, man, what is this? There is no hit on the golden pocket. And it was like, this is not going to work. Like, I had to stop out of my deal. Like, that's not a good trade. I wasn't excited about it. But yes, I burned them too, just so that you guys know. That second hit on the golden pocket, I was like, I'll give it a try. I was a little tired. It was a rough day, and I'm like, is it just me, or it doesn't seem like it's going in the right direction? I'm like, stopped out of that. Well, anyway, we'll go on to the next trade. Next happens to me, guys, without a doubt. Looking at this framework here, we're on the 38.2. So looking at the 38.2, important. Looking at the framework here, and the fan, I'm going to leave it. I don't want to. I don't necessarily want to leave it. There's a few different other patterns that we could look at. Essentially, we have this top line level of resistance here. Let me go ahead and do this. Let me just lighten these lines up just a touch. You guys let me know in the back. Got to shout out Jubal. Thanks for bringing back up the UST today. I appreciate that today. Pathfinder, thanks for bringing that up yesterday, those charts. Yesterday and today, guys, you rock. I appreciate that. That's a big difference. Hopefully, I'm in the back sharing some charts with you guys that make a difference throughout the day. You guys, when you guys do that, it makes a difference to me. Thank you. I really appreciate that, without a doubt, guys. I mean that. It helps. Just helps to have the group. It's a good group. We have a good time. And I appreciate you putting that up there tonight, Jubal. So let's look at the 4 hourly. Anytime I see something I don't really like, I try and frame back to the 4 hourly. Looking at this level of support, it's interesting on the 4 hourly. Here we go. All right, glad we looked at the 4 hourly. Look at this, because on the 4 hourly, we could have a little bit of a session below where we're currently at if we experience some downside price action, and you guys are looking for another level of support, another pick up from the market. Yep, there we go. Look at this, where that 4 is right now. Look at the line on the 4 hourly. Big deviation, guys. That's a big deviation. Looking down to that level of 27.5, 27.4, 27.4 to 27.5. You guys do that on your desktop. That's a big deal. That 4 hourly. Glad we covered that real quickly. But on the daily, we're clean. On the daily, it's nice. Yeah, on the daily, no problem. So you guys make sure that you're scoped out with that lower possibility in play. We see the daily functioning well again, and I had told you guys about this feature, which would have implied this catch, which did catch. And so we look at this, because one of the things that a bear flag does present is a channel framework, right? This carving up and down that channel pattern framework, right? Anytime I see a channel pattern framework, I look for what it may be establishing in terms of an overall pattern. Right? If I see channeling, for instance, to the upside on the micro, even on the 10 second, on the 15 second, on the minute time frame, when I see channeling, right, I always put it into focus in terms of what pattern may be formulating right now, right? Very important, guys. Always look at that. So that was kind of the key indicator, and make sure on that 4 hourly, you guys are VIP are aware right now. We do know that right now. Good tie-in on that. So we're up against that prior line of support. We'd like to get up and above. I'd say a pattern with a little bit more of a bullish nature to it than just kind of an expansion here towards the top. We'd like, true bullish patterns. Looks like on the micro here, we had a relatively nice bull flag, a little bit of a failure in this zone. As we just go through the technicals, let's talk about the technicals, and not just for discussion's sake, not just for, not just to get on into, talking, we sit around and we just talk about technicals. No, guys, we put them in context, we frame them, we put them in the sequence or progression that they're at. We note the data, the data that they offer, right? And we notice the comparative analytics, and we try to deploy it to our advantage in the market, period. It's all for trading, and none of it is for sit around and cool chart makers. Nope, zero, zilch, nada. We do it to trade. So when we talk about, okay, we see a micro condensed fan here with a failure, boom, automatically registered in terms of the next time we see a micro fan like this. And we saw one earlier today. You guys remember that? We saw one earlier today before this hit back up to the upside. You guys will recall that we saw that. And here we go. There's one at the top here. I think that's the one that I was looking at or thinking of. This specific micro fan here didn't have the juice, okay? And normally, I say they're very difficult patterns to find that they work at all, guys. If you can find a micro pattern like this, a micro bull flag, really small, condensed, boom, move, boom. If you can find those, they're great to trade because they don't take long to formulate, bam, and they move. So that's the preference, right? That's what we would like. A little bit of a more of a macro hilt to, or I'd say demeanor to this one, formation here, a little bit more of a macro on this, but just looking at them, I want to know how they're performing, right? This poured out, boom, to the downside. We hit some nice trades in the back today, guys. Man, I was happy I hit a nice hedge. It feels really good to hit a nice hedge where had the capital structuring all appropriate. It was nice. I was heavyweight in the direction we were going. Stopped out of the side of the it was stopped out of the long or the short. I'll have to look back at it, but stopped out of the side that was unprofitable, and it's just like magic, man. I got to tell you, when your let's say your short goes 50% and your long gets stopped out, and it pays you, it's just magic, man. The whole process, when you have a long and a short, you're covered both ways. You put a stop loss in place on, I think my long hit the stop, and boom, my short paid out. I'm like, man, this is just, when it pays, it's just boom. It's just like magic, guys. It really works well. Now, it's not easy to set up the framework of it. Actually, it is relatively easy to set up. You just have to make some decisions, right? But when you see it work, it's nice, guys. Really, really nice. So looking at a pickup on the 38. I'll just say generally don't want to get on board with your Fibonacci's late. Get into them when you're on your Fibonacci's. If you're going to hit your Fibonacci, get into them. If you're going to wait for some pattern development, you can also do that. But we do run into some issues with some micro features there as we're talking about the micro. That's the best micro flag I've seen in a while. This micro flag back in this zone, I like that a lot. I'm paying attention to that because if they were all like that, we'd be happy, guys. We'd be very happy. So along this level of prior support to resistance, this is kind of a key area for BTC. I think everyone here feels better now that you understand. Well, to an extent, you feel better on the daily chart, without a doubt. You feel better on the daily with that level of support coming into focus. And shout out to the VIP. I know the guys with the some guys. I chatted with Chris a while back. Chris is he'll print out something. He'll see something. He'll print it out from the back room. Chris, that's awesome, brother. I hope you printed this one out. And I hope you're doing well, boss. Looking at the framework here, okay, just that specific wedge, drawing this before the pour down into it and the hit along that level of support. And that's crucially important, guys, in terms of the framework, the expectations. And what a great market. I have to say that because the descending wedges, we've been trading them so frequently, we're just very comfortable with them. Very comfortable with them. If this were to pour down, we're extremely comfortable with them. You guys know exactly what's going to happen if we pour down. It's not like zero time for emotion, anything like that. It's just, in terms of what will be presented to the traders is an opportunity. Let's just say, let's see if I can, if we pour down from this, boom, no problem. Bam, we're ready. Easily, no big deal, right? If we go down to the golden pocket, etc., we've gone through those. We've gone through those levels. Let me hit the retracements one more time, just to just to remind us just a touch in terms of the, was that 68.9, right about that, to 25K. We'll just say 25K. That's a sweet spot. And Pathfinder, the man with the plan, always saying, London, I want you to put an arrow towards the golden pocket. There you go, my man. It's right there. I'm going to write Pathfinder on it and put it sideways if I can. I will literally do that right now because you have been saying that. When we do that, when we get there, if we get there, I will write your Pathfinder right here. Bam. I don't know if I can turn it sideways, but he deserves that, guys. I don't know if you can turn. Let me see if I can just turn this sideways. Pathfinder VIP, because he's always said that towards the top, etc. I want to rotate this thing. I can't rotate that. That's unfortunate. So I'm going to put Pathfinder right down here. Pathfinder is right between that 86 and that 786. So congratulations, Pathfinder. You have found your home on the BTC chart. Way to go, my man. Okay, let's look at this level of support pickup. You know the deviation on the 4 hourly, right? 4 hourly, we may be heading down to pick up a lower level. Bulls don't like that. It's like, come on, man, give us a solid level of support. You guys know this, huh? It's like, come on. What's wrong with the 4 hourly chart? Hold up. On the 4 hourly, we have a lower level of support. You guys got it. And on the candle wicks, we probably have, I'd say we have an additional level of variability there. Yeah, on the candle wicks, we're much lower. Boom. Now, the candle versus the line versus the time frame, etc. issue, we're close to that. We're close to the golden pocket on the candle wicks, guys. Very interesting. That level of support, we're close to the golden pocket, that 25,000. Very close to about 26.5 thereabout on the candle wicks. But to the issue that we get a little bit of a resolution, this pour down feature did occur, and I'll say that the daily was dominant, right? The daily chart was dominant, okay? So bringing into focus the 4 hourly, it's not to say it will continue to be dominant, but it was dominant, okay? So look at the framework here. Looks like we're having a bit of a capitulation back down on that 38.2. Let's dig into, I like to find a trade. Nothing's really screaming trade right now to me, but we definitely had some nice ones in the back today. It was nice to be back there with you guys as we were trading. So we've been through the wedge. We know where we're at. That's cool. We discussed that last week. That specific level did engage. And it's just interesting as we're in the back. I remember, Jubal, you and I are in the back. And I just got that notion, too. I think I was on the 1 minute. I was like, that could kind of catch a little bit. That looks kind of decent. I look in the back here, like 5 minute feels like a double bottom. It was so funny. I was like, there you go, Jabal. I was like, this guy trades. He just he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. Because I was looking at the 1 minute, because that's on the 4 hourly or the daily. We see the pickup, etc. Right? Digging into the into the framework of the larger time frames is a lot more simple, right? Just put it on the wall and relax, right? Put the daily on the wall and relax. Like do your one trade per month, you'll be fine. It's like I'm on the 10 second, man. I'm on the 5 second. I got the 1 second. It's just funny as we talk about it, but we were definitely on that. That wasn't exactly the bottom. Wasn't exactly the bottom, but it was close. It just had that feeling to it. This in here is like, yeah, it kind of wants to get up. It wants to do something. It's like it felt like it, right? We can feel that momentum when you trade a lot. You can feel that momentum. This is an important level for BTC. We're on the daily. Yes, we're on the daily. Okay, I'm going to say on that daily line of support, important level for BTC. As we just looked at that, guys, very important. As we would discuss the this pickup zone in here, essentially, like what are we looking for? What's the bullish structure to get us up and out? Like, come on, it's not just the Fibonacci's. Well, we don't have a real bullish structure here. This isn't a real bullish structure. To the extent that we have, I'll go to the candle wicks just to demonstrate one of the issues that we have here. Line of resistance across the top, then buyers coming in and failing just a touch. Okay, on here in this zone, not really optimal in terms of any kind of designation of a pattern that we'd like to use to get up. Like, honestly, we would have liked to have, hit resistance, support, and boom, gone up and out from something along the lines of this, right? We would have liked to have moved from something like this. Instead, we have extended this framework in terms of the overall. And these are going to just be Fibonacci's. These are going to be the Fibonacci retracements as the traders are trading them in the zone. Boom. Right, as we would look at this, it's pretty easily explained by thus far by a lack of buyer interest just failing along. We did pick up, let's say, from the second to third interval here, we have picked up a touch, and I just say picked up a touch because from this top line of resistance, 2 hits, boom. From this, after we did fall off in this zone, going into this level, okay, we have picked up and at least beaten that prior level of resistance. Okay, we've broken out. We have capitulated thereafter, but that is a technical pickup from the preceding level. We didn't even get close in this zone. We didn't even get close to achieving prior resistance. So within the framework, buyers seem like they're at least trying to show up and break a line of resistance. Break a line of resistance. That's what gets us to the top. And the fan formation, as we talk about these, it is a successive feature. But as we look at these are your Fibonacci's, right, that are working. I have noted the 5-minute on the lines. 5-minute on the lines have played as of today. Just to recap what we've gone over in the back, the 5-minute on the lines were indicated, okay, in this zone here. Boom. When nothing else was, when guys catch that, when nothing else was, 5-minute was indicated on the Fibonacci's. Okay, just data point I'd say of mention. Okay, very important. So yeah, Fibonacci's and just failing buyer interest as we work down on through the 86. That gives you a bit of variability on your Fibonacci's. Not something that's perfect for the traders, just so that you know. Adds that element of I don't know. We like to be more precise than that. We don't want to say, well, it's either the candle wicks or it's the lines. But at least we know what it is right now. Maybe that 5-minute on the lines. It's been respected thus far. So in the framework of this hit into, let's see where we're at. Let's get into the micro. Let's see what BTC wants to do. See if we can pick up a fib hit. If we do something nice, as we would look at this, buyer stepping in a bit here. Let's see on the, was that on the, let me go ahead and look on the 1 minute here and see where we're at on this 1 minute into, let's see 1 minute versus 5 minute, and see where we're at on that 5-minute time frame. Let's look at that 5-minute or the 1 minute. Each would be indicated on that specific I'd say in that specific discussion as to which Fibonacci, in addition to the candle wicks, was being respected. Okay, but we don't like variability like that. That is not our cup of tea, right? We would like one solution. I always would. That would eliminate risk in the market for me and for us. We don't always get that. You guys know that. So looking at that 38.2 did pick up well from the candle wick measurement. Okay, so to the extent that we are about to hammer into that 50%, that 50% looks like that is incoming. So it looks like we pushed just a touch past this Fibonacci here. Looks like we pushed just a touch past this Fibonacci here. I'm noting that as I'm considering a trade myself right now at this level. 2 preceding levels pushed a bit, and we saw a small push there. Pay attention to small issues like that, and it's just important, guys. So always run those across prior interval diagnostics. Prior interval, boom. Prior interval, boom. Below the line, okay? The traders are watching this, right? In terms of these previous levels of entry, we pushed twice. Doesn't mean we have to push here, but at the same time, it is technical information which is highly relevant, right? So looking at this level of support, I like that level of support. Can we get right on it? That would be my question. Can we get right on this level of support, please? Right? I'd like to get on it. It's a little bit to ask for us to get right into that 50 right now without hitting this level of support. Notice that we've trajected along this level of support, and that there have been some small moves as we have walked this down. Okay, that's a 0.1% move unless you're on that 125x. Guys, on L-Bank, and I'll just say that it's a sweet way to trade. It is a good, it's a good feeling to book 125x. You want to make sure you get the best hits you can. I want to say that, guys. In terms of everybody, I want to shout out to Freddie. Freddie, I hope you're doing well, my man. Man, I got good visions for you, brother. Hope you're doing well. I got good visions for you in 2022. Absolutely. I wanted to let you know that. So framework pickup here, nice. Pickup here, nice. Looking like we have pushed below this Fibonacci. Okay, so that's instrumental information. That's key information here. We also have this interior wall in this zone that we're going to have to get up and over. We have this real slight intra-channel right in this zone here. We're going to want to get up and out of that, guys. That's a tight channel to trade. You can trade it, but it's tight. You guys know that. Very tight channel from the support to resistance, support, resistance, support. Here you go. Support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance. This area, that whole feature in there is just tightly wound, guys. That's that's tough, guys. That's tough. It would be nice to see. BTC reach a threshold here and really provide the traders some additional levels of volatility beyond even this maximum here. Because that's maximum. Let's see these moves in this zone here. Let's look at this zone here, about 0.36. That'll trade, right? Not bad. Looking at this zone here, about a 0.26 to a 0.3, 0.2 to 0.3, there and about. Not bad. Let me see this. There we go. Okay. In terms of walking this down, the golden pocket is on the table. Preceding zone picked up that nice hit. Let's look at the preceding zone so we can kind of measure this out. In terms of preceding, not real clean. You had to go through a prior breakout, and we haven't been doing much of these. I've been trying to keep these very simple. In terms of Fibonacci, sometimes we'll use the prior breakout, initiate, target, boom, to the upside, right, to the candle wick along the upside. And what I'll say is that I've been trying to keep it simple because we have I don't know, it's the simplest way to go from low to high on the wicks. It just is. And technically to say that's not, we like the prior breakout initiated, and particularly when we're going up. I'll also say that when we're moving up, we really like the prior breakout, okay? And it's nicer because we have the prior breakout to move up and to measure. When we're going sideways, it's a little bit more difficult, okay? So when we're going up, we like to have that. So this top level of resistance, not real encouraging. I have to tell you guys, not super encouraging in terms of like, well, I want to book a trade. I mean, I can just slam into one to slam into it. I can do that, but this is the 50% retracement. We would expect some degree of a interaction at this specific level. The fact that we have pushed below it is consistent with the preceding framework. That's just trying to look at this and kind of talk our way through this in terms of like, is this a good trade? Like, would you say this is a good trade? Well, it's a Fibonacci hit that's been it's been a bit compromised by the preceding levels of interaction. The preceding levels of interaction is I would look at these just this level of support. Now the level of support was a decent pickup, guys. Not a bad pickup thus far at that level of support. Looking at your 20 to 30% on your 125x. That's not bad, guys. Easy. Buy it, support, sell it, resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets. Easy stuff, guys. You guys know that. It's just not. It's not all that complicated to book a trade if you buy it support. I tell that even to some seasoned financial advisors, guys I know and stuff. I'm like, because they're like, oh, I don't trade like that. I'm like, well, a support line. You can draw a line between where the points are on the price. Like, oh, of course, yeah. They'll say, and I'm like, well, you buy it on the support, and they just get recommendations for the back of the house or whatever it may be. But yeah, it turns into a pretty easy deal here, guys. Buy it, support, sell it, resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets. So looking at the resistance right now, some of these, you could say some of these EMAs are targets. They've been frustrating to the extent that we haven't been allowed up above them since really this zone in here, right? To the extent that you would want to call those out as targets, that would be interesting. If you're going to call those your upside targets, go ahead and say, well, I'm going to take at the I'm going to take it to 50, right? I'm going to take it to 100, or I'll take it to 200, 100 or 200. That's an interesting way to look at things. I've never really thought of that. But as you look at, and dang it, where's this little arrow going? Dang it, where's the arrow, guys? Hold on 2 seconds. Bam, bam. I got to find this little arrow. There we go. As you would look at this, okay, I would maybe note that out as a target. I would note that out as a secondary target. All right, I might note this out as a tertiary or third level target, and I might note this out as a fourth level target. Boom. looking at these, just change the framework of what you see on the screen, and yeah, you might be that might be a nice thing for you to look into in terms of just how do you frame your EMAs. Typically, they're levels of resistance that we have to get up over. Well, that also means, guys, they're going to act like a magnet at some point, right? And let me close that. Boom. I just booked a quick 25, not a big deal on 125x. So yeah, it's not difficult, guys. You can do this. I know that you guys know that you can, but just be careful when you hit the button on 125x. Just be careful, right? I like this in terms of these upside targets. It's nice, and guys, it doesn't mean the trade is over. It doesn't mean the trade is over, right? I need to get a drink of water. I need to do a few other things. I'm just kind of chilling. I'm like, I'll book at 25%. That was kind of my deal. I wanted to get in. I was like, I'll get in here in this zone. Looks like we're gonna have a hit at the 50, and I just want a 25%. That's all I want. We had some good trades in the back yesterday. That was absurd, guys. You give me price action like that every day, and I mean like yesterday, 2 days ago, with the 10% move down, man. You give that to me every day, it's going to be very difficult to. When we get that kind of price action, guys, I think the reason it doesn't happen that frequently is because honestly, I mean, serious cash is made, guys. You cannot help but make money when you book multiple triple-digit trades in a day. And I'm talking about over 100%. When you book, I booked 4 of them in one day. When you book 4 trades like that in one day, guys, it's difficult. I'm a witness. It's difficult to not make money. You're going to make money, guys. So price action like that accommodates it, guys. And Cody is here. I'm not sure. Cody, how are you? Not sure that you belong here. So I'll put you in timeout, aka hidden from the channel. Ba-boom. There we go. And Cody is no longer with us. That's okay. So working on hitting the price targets that we have laid out. And you can take these as you wish. If you want a 20-30% trade, fine. If you want a 30, maybe a 30 or 40%, right on this level of support, you're already 50% of the money. If you want 125x on L Bank, congrats to anybody who did. Easy stuff, right? Just hit it on support. Not too difficult. Let me have a sip of water real quickly, guys. Thank you, guys. Needed that. All right. And looking at the framework of what we just went through, it was a nice approach to a trade. Because, and I'll say there's a difference between like booking a 25 or a 50 or a 75 or 150% trade, right? It just makes a difference, right? Those big ones, they just add up, man. I tell you, like you're going to look down and like, man, I got more money in my account. My account is bigger now. It's larger now. And in the framework of that, just I encourage you guys to continue to work on booking positive trades. And this is a good example. It just doesn't take that long to scale in. How long have we been streaming? 48 minutes. This is our example, and this is our stream because we got on stream. We went through all the technicals. We went through golden pocket. We went through the 4-hourly or the daily on this zone here or this level in here, period. All right, we went through this level of support, right, with the level of resistance, that descending wedge, right? And into the context, guys, after all of that, I even gave Pathfinder his own portion down there. He's on the map, guys. He's on the map. Looking at the diagnostics here, we went through the entirety of the fan. We went through everything. And guys, what do? Within 45 minutes, we literally just took our time, breezed on down to a level of support, boom, confluent with a Fibonacci, and you could have booked between a 20 and a 50% trade. Period. On support, boom. That's easy stuff, guys. That took us how long? 49 minutes. I'm going to stop the stream because I want this to be reinforcement for us that this is the idea. Literally, as you sit down in the morning or the afternoon, whatever you do, right, it takes so long to go through, right, the technicals. Like I always talk about to you guys, this is the idea. This is VIP because you guys are busy. Jubal, you're telling me all day long. I got a meeting I got to go to. Sean's working like a I don't know. Sean, you what are you doing, guy? They got you. I don't know. You're just slaving away, Sean. I hate to hear it. Don't tell me about these 12 and 14-hour days again. Seriously, it's a lot. It's a lot, Sean. looking at the framework here, though, Jubal's busy. Sean's working 14-hour days. I know, like AJ Crypto is like big time all over the map with executive meetings, like Pathfinder on vacation, whatever's going on in the back. I know people have full-time jobs. They're busy, right? So I talk about less time invested with more results. That's what we're known for. That's our whole mantra. We don't want to spend all day and all night in front of the computer, right? If we like to trade, we're going to stay on top of the market. We're going to enjoy it if we have the time. But if we don't, what do we just spend? 45 minutes. And now we're talking about, 45 to 48 minutes. Aside from the pleasantries, hello, how you doing, all this different stuff at the beginning of the stream, 45 minutes encapsulated the entirety of the price action, went over differentials, 4-hour to hourly, went through the descending wedge, right? Went through fans, discussed those in depth, went through everything. And then we just hammer into it, just book a trade. 45 minutes. Bam. Beautiful. That's a day. That's a nice day. You can crack your knuckles out any day. You can sit down. Now, we did all that stuff, talking through and explaining and going through all this different stuff. Guys, we don't have to do all that every time, right? You know, you get to where this stuff occurs immediately. It occurs within minutes. So this is the great example. I really like this stream because it was just right to the point, bam, at a level of support, at a level of Fibonacci. And to some extent, you'll start setting alerts for yourself. This will all become a lot more accommodating to your schedules, etc. Just at 2022, that's what I want to reinforce to all of you. Less time, more profits, right? I want at a time and place of your choosing, I want you to be able to sit down and hammer through the trades. Now, if you wanted to, what do you have coming up here? You got another trade, right? Now, this would be within like an hour time frame in terms of just even the occurrence of it. One trade, like 2 trades now. And to the extent that that's indicated, guys, go get it. This is just going to be our stream. Under an hour, book a trade. Book a trade in under an hour. See this picking up? Boom, boom. That golden pocket is in play. I'll be in the back with the VIP, but I want to stop it in under an hour because that's what we did. And bam, we come in, we get a trade. That's it. Make money. It's nice. It's a good way. It's a good way to approach the market. So, guys, I appreciate you being here. And if we could have every trade under every stream under an hour, right? All we do, we get on, we book a trade, we take off, right? We want to see a line of support get hit. And I'm tempted now. I got to say, I'm tempted to stay here. And this is the idea. Well, we're kind of on another level of support here. We can kind of get into, another trade here. I'm going to tell you guys to go get it. I'll be in the back with the VIP, but this is VIP. We sit around for about an hour, man. We're going to book a trade in about an hour, okay? So you guys go get it. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Excited to be here for an hour, book a trade with you guys. We'll start doing more of this. What's up? We'll talk to you soon, guys. Take care of yourself. This is London with Bitcoin